My first Panasonic DVCPRO repair. Let's crack on! Hello, welcome to another MrBetaByte video, and this one's a little bit different insofar as we're looking at a Panasonic DVCPRO format, professional format machine. This one's actually an XITV machine, and it's an AJ-D940, and these are the cassettes, but it does also support DV cam. So this machine is actually a repair. It's a bit of a clue as to what's wrong with it, and it's come from George. Hi George, hope all is well with you. So yeah, a few bits and pieces that need to be looked at with it, and yeah, let's crack on. First thing that occurs to me is how stoved in this bottom cover is. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is take it off and just see if there's any damage underneath it. Just what's going on. Let's crack on. Okay, well, panel's off, and I've straightened it out a bit. See what I sort of just scraped out the dent. Didn't do a great job, but it's a lot straighter. So there's no damage to the panel, which is great. Got that mount there's a bit bent, but I'll sort that out. And yeah, we're looking pretty good. There's the Mecca there. Surface mount caps that look okay, which is good. But there's more there, of course. There's going to be loads in this of that generation. Okay, let's turn it over and power it up and see what happens. Well, yeah, I can sort of see what's gone on here. The screw's missing there, and then the carriage itself, and that's popped off by the looks of it, and I mean it's just floating about, so that just needs to come out, I think, and have a look and see what we can see. Don't know whether I've got to take, I think I've got to take the front off, but yeah, I suppose it still could be fun to power it up and just see what it does. And all the boards, not investigated what any of these are, what each of their functions is, but yeah, that might happen. Maybe not in this video, but they all look pretty okay. I'm just sort of looking at the caps, see if there's any obvious signs of leakage. I mean, just having a look over like this, you're not going to see too much, but sometimes, you know, you can spot where there's been something bad going on with the cap. So it's interesting, there's a custom chip there. I'm guessing that's an EEPROM. Looks to be logic-y. So yeah, okay, well, primary objective is to, oh yeah, okay, that's dropped off. Well, as long as everything's there, maybe we can get it back together. But yeah, I'm sort of a bit tempted to actually just take this apart first and see if we can fix the front loading system before I even power it on. So I can see two screws there, one there, and one. Where's the other one? Down there. And is that it? Will it unclip? If it does, I don't have to take the front off. Let me see if I can get this apart, and we'll take a look. Yeah, I've found 2 more screws, so 1 down there and then 1 down there, and I've unplugged the connector there, and hopefully this should lift out. This really feels very, very broken. The screw's missing as well, so, and obviously that bit broken on the side. So I was just wondering if oh, there we go. Okay, well, it's out. It's looking very second-hand, I have to say. I just wonder what's gone on there. Is that broken plastic? I think it is. If we can find the broken plastic, we might have a chance, but yeah, that's looking very much like, compared to the other side, that's all broken. The joys. Okay. So a week has passed, or a week or so, and I was really struggling to get anywhere with this, really. I couldn't find any actual front loading systems going anywhere, really. I did consider, I managed to get the manual, service manual, downloaded that. I did consider remanufacturing this bit of plastic, which is a pretty tall order, to be honest, but it could be done. So yeah, anyway, I put the word out, and Tim and Colin actually came good for me. And Colin's actually sent me this AJ-D940. It's pretty tatty. It does actually say it's got a capacitor failure, which I quite believe. Very common with these. These surface mount caps are always troublesome in this sort of vintage of Panasonic, definitely. But it's also been the damp. I mean, you can see the bloom there on some of the red screws. Looks quite cool, actually. But it has the same front loading system. So I'm going to extract this, probably give it a bit of a clean up, and we'll transfer it then over to this machine, which has managed to get its case screwed back on slightly. So yeah, we'll do that, and hopefully we will have a functioning system. So I mean, the decks are essentially the same, so let's compare the 940 with the 250. They are pretty similar. Different head drum, and I think that's actually about it. At first sight, anyway, it's not a huge amount of difference. So yeah, it looks like I probably have to take the front off. Does actually look as if it might be a bit bent there as well. But yeah, so I've undone the connector at the back there. Just wonder what these screws are going to be like. Oh, actually quite loose. So that's good. I think I've got these screws. Can't remember what I have and haven't got now in the out of the old machine. So yeah, and I'm actually doing this in the front room as well because I'm just running out of space at the moment. Right, so to run this forward a bit. And yeah, there's two locking tabs by the looks. Well, it might have been turning that the wrong way. Either that or it's not latched. You need to latch it first. Now that is doing something. Yes, it's starting to move. Okay, so that's plenty in enough now to get to the other screws. Just that one I've got to do a little bit of a, well, it's fine actually, the unloading system is moving enough. This is why I find out if I have to take the front off, because it might just lift out. Got a connector there as well. There we go. That did not want to come out, and I don't think we have to undo anything else. Everything else is pretty much free, I think. Will it let me take it out? Maybe the... maybe it will. I think it might have to just come out because I can't quite get it high enough to clear everything. Okay, so well, let's try and take these screws out. Screws underneath. Is that? Do I still have to undo? Oh no, it's tabs. Yeah, this has certainly been in the damp. There we go. Yeah, perfect. Tempted to change the motor just because that motor's had moisture in it. It looks fairly straightforward. It's 3 screws. So 1, 2, 3 to do that. And of course I've got the one off the good deck. Could do with a bit of a clean and a bit of a re-grease, so I'll do that as well. Yeah, so far so good. Yeah, it's not suffered too badly by the looks. That there is a bit bent, but it isn't now. That's a little bit crooked, but that's just decorative anyway, that's fine. That'll just where it butts up to the front of the machine. So yeah, cool. Okay, well I'm going to give this a clean. This is a bit of moisture damage. Oh, I can't make that out in there, but I can clean that up as well. It's only slight, and yeah, we should be good to go. Let's crack on. So yeah, you can see what's happened. It's a huge portion is just missing. It's not even in the machine. So yeah, that's not ideal. There's a bit of brown plastic missing as well. There's actually quite a few bits missing. So I would have really struggled if it wasn't for having access to a scrap machine. So thank you very much, Colin. Really do appreciate it. And yeah, actually there was something else in the parcel he sent me. So working on a bit of a collab. So just make sure you subscribe to both our channels to see that, because that should be quite a good one. It's something, you know, we've been meaning to do for quite a long time, and we just haven't had a chance, and this was the ideal opportunity to actually do this collab. So yeah, that's to come. So now interestingly, this is slightly different, but I can't see that's going to make much difference. Yeah, there's slightly different something going on there, which is quite interesting. Other side's the same, this side isn't, but it looks like, yeah, I mean, it looks the same. Yeah, you see that's missing there as well. The brown bit's missing off there. Gosh, this has been apart and put back together, and then the other bit's been done the same, but this motor assembly is slightly different, so I'm going to have to take the motor off, which is fine. Having said that, I mean, that's only fitted with two screws. Would it really matter that much? Let's see what happens. I have to say, the screws are coming out better on this one that's been in the moisture. I'm expecting these to give me, I probably shouldn't speak too soon. Oh, this is interesting. That's a different screw there. This has been apart before. Oh, it does help if I take the other screw out. Oh, that one's not playing ball. There we go. So am I gonna just change? I think I'll just change it over, to be honest. Not worry about the extra bit of bracket. Yeah, I could do it just giving this a bit of a clean, but I think I'll do that next. Just clean this off. Just give it a little bit of, just going to use silicone grease, just that thick silicone grease out the tube, in a few key places, and yeah, then we should be good to go. So yeah, I shall crack on. It's all cleaned up and lubricated. I did knock off the spring in there, so I've put that back on. So the top back bit goes in there, and the front bit goes there. That was actually the only thing that hadn't been disturbed on this, it seems, on the broken one. I'm going to change these over, but I'm not going to bother changing the brackets because, well, if that is fine, then that is fine. There's no other design change. It's just one of those things that was over-engineered on the earlier ones, obviously. So that's fine. And I'd rather have a motor that hasn't been in the damp. Magic. So, oh, incidentally, I should have demonstrated it really. You can move the whole carriage assembly right the way to the end and all the way in, and there's nothing to stop it. There's no sort of locks or anything. So that's actually quite useful for greasing it. I've just used silicone grease and all the slidey bits and the bits that go round, then the spinny bits and the slidey bits. And it runs really smooth, to be fair, so I'm really happy with that. Cleaned up most of the muck. It's actually pretty good, to be fair. It's just a little bit of surface moisture type stuff. Carriage there, you can see there are signs of moisture that have been there, but I've treated it very lightly, just Scotch-Brighted it and treated this as well, not you'd know it. It's just left a mark there. Took some of the other marks off, so yeah, I think we're about ready to go. So yeah, let's crack on. Okay, so here goes reinstalling it. I have, because I was missing screws, I've repurposed a couple of the ones from the other machine, given them a good clean, and I think we'll be alright. Oh, back to the connector. Unfortunately, you won't be able to see too much of this. So it's in. Okay, so that's back in. We now have a complete, as far as I know, good front loading system, partially loaded. I think it's just to the point where it drops, the actual carriage drops down. So yeah, it's about ready to be tested. Now, I don't have any pre-recorded DVCPRO cassettes, but I do have a couple of new ones, so I just need to find those, and we'll give it a go. Let's crack on. Yeah, one thing I nearly missed to do was plug in this connector, and this connector had fallen right the way down there. It's not like the shallower decks where it's much easier to not have that problem, but yeah, not ideal. So yeah, now I think we're ready to go. Let's crack on. Okay, it's plugged in at the mains but not the front. Hopefully it'll, which it has, it's ejected. We'll put the carriage onto eject. Oh, front load motor, that's not looking very good, is it? Is it because, yeah, because it was in the semi-loaded, oh no, front loading motor. So we have got a problem there. Okay, that's probably not good. Can I do anything? Nah. Just turn it off and on again. Always works. It does actually feel like ooh, yeah. So the motor appears to be a little bit dodgy. I wonder if that was the problem right along. It did seem quite tight when I tried to turn it. So I might be better off putting that other motor on after all. Yeah, so testing that motor, it's actually jammed. I can get a tiny bit of movement out of it, but it's actually just completely locking up. So I think I'm going to have to change the motor and put that other one back on. So yeah, oh well, it could be worse, I suppose. Let's crack on. Well, I ran out of time last night doing this. I thought it'd only take like an hour, maybe 2 hours tops, and it took a lot longer, as these things do. I ended up changing the motor. The old motor was significantly stiffer when I compared it with the motor that came out of the other machine, and it would jam. The sort of pressure back this way. So whether there's something wrong with the bearing at the back, I don't know. But when it was pushed, or when it moved, it would jam. So yeah, now that sort of tells the story of what happened with this deck, because I think what happened is the motor jammed, and it jammed in the eject position. So they thought, right, we're going to have to get this out. How do we get it out? Because of the two screws here, you've got to push the, I mean, obviously the cover's on now, but you've got to push the front loading system in to get to these two screws. So I think they started disassembling the front loading system to then get to these two front screws to then pull the whole thing out, obviously taking the back ones out as well, and ended up wrecking it, basically. So that's my theory as to what's happened. How I did it was the gear here on the side, this gear here, I basically managed to get the circlip off, remove the gear, and then of course this is completely free because there's no locks or anything. So yeah, that's how I got around it, and yeah, it was absolutely fine. Just literally knocked the circlip off, knocked it into the bottom of the machine. I did wreck the circlip as well, the E-clip. So yeah, but I took the one from the other front loading system, also swapped the gear, just because it looked better, and it actually looked a bit stronger as well. So I changed the gear. So this is off the original one to this machine, and yeah, hopefully we should be good to go. So let's try it. Oh, the other thing as well, I did forget. I did wonder if that was the problem, but no, I did sort of reseat, if you like, or realign it. The flap, it's like a lot of VHS decks. You have to make sure the flap is up when you put the front loading system in, because it has this lever that lifts the door open, and yeah, that needs to locate into the door. So yeah, I wondered if that might have been it, but no, the motor would just jam. So okay, let's turn it on, and okay, it does actually help if you turn the power on at the main switch. So let's turn it on, and we're all good. It says eject on the front, rather than loading motor issue. And let's try a cassette. And okay. Front load error, it reckons. So we've still got an issue. Now I wonder, it's got light sensors on this side. I just wonder if, because I've got lots of light on, whether that is confusing things. Front load error. Now the thing is, it started to lace. Right, so it's saying front loading system, now it's saying loading error. So it looks like all the lights now it's saying front load error. Oh, that's annoying. I don't know if that is supposed to move at all. It looks like it should, but maybe it doesn't. No, I don't think it does. Unload error. Oh, that wasn't down. I don't think it's going to be as simple as that though. Initial set, eject, stop, unload error. Okay. Just wonder if it might be worth just making sure that is seated, because that was actually up. I've obviously just knocked that. That one looks okay. So all the rest looks fine. Unload error. Let's see if I can get it to eject. Yes, it's fully left some tape behind. Yes. We're going to try cassette again. Front load error. Let me just have a check around. Well, that was annoying. It was the tape. I've manually wound the tape on a bit, and seems to be. Yeah, so fast forward. Rewind. Let's try and eject. So that's looking good. Yeah, that's fine. So this is a brand new cassette. I just wonder if something's happened to it. But I sort of had to, I worked like the lock, the center lock, the spool lock, just all of the bits of the cassette basically to unlock the spools and the cover and all the rest of it. Just manually wound it on a bit. Let's rewind it, just see what happens. Right, so that's fully rewound, I think. Is it? No. Right, yeah, that's fully rewound. So let's eject it. There's a little bit of a squeak going on from somewhere as well. Yeah, that's fine now. So obviously nothing on this cassette. So, okay, well, I think we're about there with it, as far as I can go anyway. I don't have any pre-recorded cassettes because I would have liked to have done a playback test. But what I might do is do a recording with it and then play that back and just see what it's like. If there are more issues, I'll do a second video on one of these. It won't be a part 2 because it's a different issue. The main issue was the front loading system was totally destroyed, or not working, or not there, or whatever. But yeah. So yeah, I'm really very pleased with it, to be honest, that we got this far. I will investigate that squeak, I think, because it shouldn't really be doing that, and I'm guessing it probably is a little bit of corrosion or something, or somewhere I've missed to maybe grease. But I'll get that sorted out, and maybe we'll put it in the comments what I found that was. Yeah, that's fine. Let's try a play. Yeah, so it's playing. And tape transport seems fine. Found out what the squeak was. It when I changed the motors over, I forgot to grease the new one. That's all it was. That's all the squeak was. Magic. So with that, I hope you enjoyed this one, something a bit different. Like I say, I'll report back on any issues I find with playback recording and all the rest of it. These are not necessarily very reliable. I do notice it's got caps June 07 on one of the boards actually, so that's quite interesting. So hopefully it'll actually be a good machine. It's XITV stock as well, so yeah, it probably has been pretty well looked after. So with that, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.